Loush, Ibi Loush, and you. Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you, and I'm having a really good time.
Me too.
I'm really enjoying the content, I'm enjoying the flow, I'm enjoying you and your contributions and your support.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that you guys can be here with us. Now we got something a little bit more along the lines of relationships, Arab men in particular. We all know those Arabian princes. We all know sometimes they can either show you the world or they can break your heart.
One of the two.
This question in particular comes from Maritza. She says, "Hi Loush, my name is Maritza, Mary for short. I enjoy watching your YouTube videos. You guys make me laugh."
Okay.
Big shout out. "Can you please make a video about men of your culture? I am attractive to Arabic men, though the majority of Arabic men that I have spoken to are 20 to 30 years younger than I. They tell me that age is not important. Is that true, or are they just wanting to leave their country? I don't think I'm gorgeous, but I do take care of myself." Big shout out to you, Mary, for this question, for your honesty, your support, and of course for taking care of yourself, Queen. Do you, Amira?
That's about Arab men.
It's about Arab men, that's us.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I mean, I do have experience being an Arab man.
I could say the same.
At
least I think I do. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you should do your genetic test. I did
I
mine.
definitely should. I should do that.
I think that it's a fair question, Mary, and I feel, there's a lot that we don't know about these men that you're saying are 20 to 30 years younger. Yeah. I'm not sure what country they're coming from, and I'm not entirely sure what it is that they are telling you in particular. I can tell based off of your question that you're looking for some stability, some commitment, and just somebody that you're willing to build a life with, obviously. I'm not sure what your age is, but if you are considerably older than these men, 20 and 30 years older than them, you need to give yourself some credit. You need to give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah.
And really
100%.
Just recognize where you've come and how far you've made it. I feel like you need to find somebody that's going to pay respect to those attributes about you. If they genuinely are into older women, that's great, but they're gonna have to prove what other value they have other than just a fetish of theirs or a preference that they have towards the opposite sex.
That's very important, especially for the fetish part.
Yeah,
you gotta make sure that there's just not something that's the only thing that they're into about you, is the fact that obviously that you're older than these guys.
And that you live in another country. Right?
That too.
You need to weigh out the pros and cons. What are the benefits, and also what are some of the drawbacks from them being with you? If these men are looking at your age as a benefit, you need to be careful that they're not looking at your age as a disadvantage also, thinking that perhaps you may be nearing the end of your dating life and your standards have dropped and that you're willing to accept anybody, and they're hoping that perhaps you might be naive enough to believe them. I don't know who these guys are. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's go with the fact that they truly are into older women. And if that's the case, I would seriously show them what they're in for being with an older woman. It's not easy.
Not at all.
Because again, like I said, you have to pay respect to your experience and the life that you've built. And it's like, okay, buddy, you want to join me on this roller coaster? Get ready, because I'm not like a 25, 30, 35, whatever the age is. I'm not a younger person. You're now entering, a league that's a lot more advanced.
Way more advanced.
If they're telling you that age is not important, then I would find out what is important. I can't say from my experience that finding an older woman that is much more further along in her life and her career is a good idea. Whereas most of these people that want to immigrate or that want to build a new life want to do it with somebody that's typically along their level, so that they can actually grow together.
That's the thing too. Like, I'm not trying to burst your bubble here, but majority of the time when I heard a man is going for an older woman, it's just to get something out of that relationship, not specifically with that person, but like to get to the other country, to get a visa or any of that stuff. So if you can at least get clarification that that's not the specific reason that he wants to be with you, then go for it. I mean, like we said, we don't know these guys specifically. We don't know what their intentions are, but sensitive topic.
Yeah, it is. It is a sensitive topic, and I don't want to crush any conversation that you may be having. But one thing for sure, Mary, that I want you to do is you have a lot more experience, you have a lot more wisdom, and you have a lot more quote unquote street cred. And so trust your instincts.
100%.
If there's a red flag going off, you either back up, take a minute, and ask about it, and actually confront it head on, and actually see what they tell you and how they act and whatnot, because then you're going to filter out a lot of the guys that are there for the wrong reasons and that are just trying to look to mislead you in some way. Challenge them. A lot of older women around me, whether it's in the workplace or in my family or whatever, as you age, you actually become a lot more straight up. So be that way with them, especially. Like, don't be shy, because I understand that they may come off as, cute and young and handsome, nice body, and all of those physical attributes. And that may be important to you, which is great, but you need to ask yourself, is this person going to be able to meet me and actually help me grow, continue growing mentally, psychologically, emotionally?
Yeah.
Like, what is his emotional index?
Yeah, and you got to make sure, you got to put the looks and all that stuff aside. You got to see if you're compatible with that person, if you like his personality, you like him as a person, what does he have to offer, what can you offer him, all those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to think about, obviously, the long run, not about the here and now.
And I just, for me, it's just because of a lot of the experience I've been through, and I really want to take care of you. You're the priority here, not them.
Yep.
Those guys, they're going to come and go, but you need to be good, and you need to do what feels good. At this stage in your life, Mary, I think you know what makes you feel good, what resonates positively with you, and go after those things. Don't deny them, and don't concede any of those things also. Like your last question here is saying, is that true, or are they just wanting to leave their country? It depends what their situation is back home, to be honest. If they're just looking to escape, or there's currently a conflict, or the economy, or if they don't have a job and they're not showing any sense of initiative or hustle or grind or life building skills, I promise you, this is one thing for sure, they're not going to suddenly discover those things once they arrive in the new country. Big shout out to you, Mary, for getting some attention, from the younger Arab princes, from the Arabian Princes. Get that filter, run them through the wash, put the pedal to the metal, and really figure out who they are, what they want, and why they're here, because you owe that to yourself, Mary. Big shout out to you. Thank you for the question. And guys, if you have any other input, please let me know, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. And of course, I'm sure Mary's gonna go ahead and read that too. More questions on the way. Go ahead, let us know. It's Loush Ibi. Zihou.